Okay, guys, so it's taken me about a whole entire week to collect all of this information for you for the wrestling show. So let's start off with what's leading up to All In. Cody was on Ring of Honor TV, and he did call out the NWA World Champion, formerly Magnus of Impact Wrestling and Global Force Wrestling. So what was happening in the situation is that Cody Rhodes has officially challenged him at All In. I think that that is going to be one of the most amazing matches ever for an indie show. Uh, WGN America will have the first part of the show airing at 6 o'clock at night on September 1st if you guys want to watch it. Other than that, I believe you have to watch the rest of the show on a website on the internet. I'm not exactly sure what streaming device you will have to watch it. It is on their website though. I believe it will be on Ring of Honor's Honor Club, I believe, website. I think. I'm not quite sure on that though. I'm gonna have to look into it. Um, Chris Jericho has had some interesting ideas with New Japan, where he wants to face the WWE Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. I say, why not? That would be an amazing match. I think that they can work together very well. Jericho's always had a very good relationship with Vince McMahon, anyways. So I say go for it. Um, One quick note is New Japan is in the process of trying to get more talent from WWE. In exchange, they're sending their talent development program and some of their own talent over to the WWE for the Mae Young Classic and a few of the other competitions that are going to be happening. I think that that is a wonderful idea. This is what I'm saying. Like, wrestling is getting to a point now to where it's not about power, it's not about money, it's about talent exchange, and that's how it should be. And I think that we're in a good point in time right now where it's the right time to do it. Um, Let me think here. So I have bad news going forward that CM Punk is not going to be at All In. He was offered a short time deal to appear. He did turn it down. He said he's more interested in pursuing martial arts and MMA fighting than professional wrestling. His wrestling days are officially done. He is retired. Keyword there, retired, which means he's not going to be competing anymore, guys. So, let's stay here. So, let's not have any more conversations about Punk. It's done. It's over with. He is officially retired from professional wrestling. He is going to be a martial arts fighter from this point on. Let's not bug the guy anymore. It's done. It's over with. He's not going to go back to wrestling. He's already said that. So we need to just back off a little bit here. So, with that, Rey Mysterio has officially started negotiations with WWE to come back at a part-time position. It has been noted in several magazines and websites that possibly by the end of this year he will start appearing. It could be SmackDown Live. I say go for it. I want to see it, honestly. Um, so, NXT Brookland Takeover. I thought that was such a great show, guys. I mean, it really, really was. I mean, every match was just phenomenal. I mean, we're talking EC3, Velveteen Dream, which was a match that stole the card. Oh, holy crap, that was an awesome match. Then we have the tag team match between Mustache Mountain and my boys, the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, baby. So, I thought that match really stole that show too. That was one of the better tag team matches. The end of the match was also really shocking because the War Raiders interrupted the end of the celebration and attacked Undisputed Era, which I thought was quite a twist because Now you're building for something awesome. Something awesome that could involve all three tag teams in like a cage match or something like that. So I think that's a good idea. Actually, throw the Street Profits in there too. There you go. 4-way. So NXT Women's Title match, man, oh man, I don't know. What do I think about Kairi Singh or Kairi Shane? I can't even pronounce her last name. I don't know, something Japanese. I didn't like that match. I don't know. I thought that match was not very good, honestly. I thought it was kind of boring, in my opinion. But I do think that Shayna Baszler does deserve to be on the main roster now. She has proven her skills. She obviously could destroy every single woman on the roster, on the main roster. I say go for it and let her do it. Let her tag team with Ronda Rousey. I mean, let her do it at the women's pay-per-view and let her take on Stephanie McMahon and like Alicia Fox or somebody, you know. I mean, throw somebody else in there. I mean, Alexa Bliss, somebody. Like, I think that would be a decent match. So, do a championship match. I don't know what to say. Amazing? Let's go with amazing. I mean, yeah, you didn't have Aleister Black in it, but you still had Johnny Wrestling and Tommaso Ciampa, sorry, just destroying each other, and I dug it. I thought it was a kick-ass match. I mean, I can't say anything more about it. I thought it was great. Overall, I thought the pay-per-view was great for NXT. And I think that they're building a lot of great talent there, and I think that they're doing wonderful things. And William Regal should be very proud of himself. He's really helping the talent. We've already seen it. So next up is the Mae Young Classic, which will be airing on the WWE Network very soon. They've just started wrapping up the taping for it, so it should be airing very soon. You guys should be very impressed with the roster that they have for that tournament. There is a lot of former Impact Wrestling women's stars of the Knockouts that are involved in it. Maria Kanellis is also involved in it. Caitlyn, which she was a former WWE wrestler, and former champion, actually. Madison Rayne is also in that tournament. And some Ring of Honor women as well, or you know, international talent. It's stacked. That tournament's going to be great to watch. So we'll see what happens with that. And now we're going to get on to, okay, my opinion of SummerSlam. I thought SummerSlam was pretty decent. I didn't really care for the pre-match show. I don't know. I just felt like they could have done a little bit more with the pre-show. But the actual pay-per-view, yes. I thought it was great. My only concern going forward is no Brock Lesnar on the following Monday Night Raw, and you suspend Kurt Angle as the general manager, and you put Baron Corbin in charge, Stephanie McMahon. So I don't understand that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then we had the reunion or reunition or whatever of the Shield again for what, the 15th time now. Oh boy. So we're going to review the match card here for SummerSlam. The New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers, I thought was a really great match. There's some crazy moves and reversals in the match. I thought that it was well played out for future rival between those guys. I think it's going to be good. I don't know. I'd give it probably a 4-star rating. Honestly, I think it's that good match. So, um, SmackDown Live women's match. I thought it was a great back and forth match. I mean, the women did a wonderful job in that match. However, Charlotte did win the title. I thought Becky Lynch honestly should have won it. That's just my opinion, because of all the work that she's done for SmackDown this year. But we'll just have to see what goes forward. I was actually surprised Carmella did a very well job with competing with both of them. She's really improved her wrestling skills. I was kind of hard on her in previous events, but I think that she proved that she can actually wrestle now. So, she's not just, a dancer, an entertainer. She's a wrestler now. So, I think that she's proven that now. So we need to give her a little credit for that. The Raw Women's Championship match is next. I'm going to review that. Boy, that wasn't really much of a competition, honestly. I got to be honest. Ronda Rousey just threw Alexa Bliss around like she was a rag doll, and almost broke her arm. So, yeah, that wasn't really a phenomenal match compared to the SmackDown Women's match. I would probably give it like a 3.5 in my opinion. It wasn't too interesting. Kind of a squash match, honestly. But I am glad that she won the title, though. Ronda Rousey kind of deserved it, too. Intercontinental Championship match, I thought was absolutely awesome. Some of the moves those guys were doing and reversing on each other I've never seen before, honestly. I mean, Seth Rollins versus Ziggler, oh man, I could just watch that match over and over again. I mean, it's freaking awesome. Yeah, those guys are just so talented. Man. I just wonder what they're going to do with Drew McIntyre now, though. I mean, he can feud with Ambrose, that's fine, but, I mean, at some point in time, he's got to go for some type of a championship or something there. Then we have that horrible segment with Elias. God, we're not going to comment on that. I just don't. Everybody's just so pro Elias. Yay, Elias! And I'm just like, oh, no. I'm okay on that. I'm not really an Elias fan, so. Let me think here. B Team versus the Revival. I don't know. I'm not. Raw just needs to do something with the tag team division, like, big time. I mean, throw the Authors of Pain in there or something. Like, this is gotta stop. Like, I'm not a B Team guy, so I don't really care. That match is kind of boring. I'm gonna give it a 2.6 in my opinion. It was just laughable. I don't know. It was boring. Let me think here. So AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, I thought that match was actually very good. It brought me back to when they were fighting each other in Impact and early TNA and even Ring of Honor. I thought that they did a great show. I liked the segment where Joe gets on the microphone after beating AJ Styles up outside of the ring, and he starts talking to AJ's wife and stuff, and I think that was entertaining. Trying to provoke him to get him disqualified, and I thought it was a good segment for the match. That match, honestly, is definitely a 5. That was a phenomenal match. I mean, well, of course, because it's got AJ Styles in it, so got to be phenomenal. So, anyways, moving on. That was a great match, but we need to talk about the main event, which was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. And then you have to consider the whole Braun Strowman coming out and almost cashing in the Money in the Bank. Lesnar attacks him outside of the rings, beats him up, throws a briefcase 15 feet, basically, towards the front of the entrance of the stage or whatever. And Then as soon as Lesnar gets back in the ring, he gets speared to high heaven by Bobby Lashley. I'm sorry, not Bobby Lashley. Blah, blah, blah. Roman Reigns. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins the title championship. And yeah. So that's where we are right now. So Lesnar has wanted his rematch, apparently. Heyman was on Raw last night trying to get Brock's rematch. And Kurt Angle basically said, no way, cold day in hell, that's not happening anytime soon. But I don't know, we'll see. Again, without Kurt Angle being in charge of Raw now, that's probably not going to be a situation. That I would imagine that, he's probably going to get his rematch very soon. I would imagine Hell in a Cell, honestly. So we'll probably get Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar at Hell in a Cell. That's my situation. And the other match I didn't talk about, which was a squash match for SummerSlam, was Jeff Hardy versus Nakamura, which I thought was a horrible match. I mean, it was so embarrassing for Jeff Hardy. I feel so bad for him. I mean, oh God, it was less than like a 5-minute match. I mean, yeah. He's going to end up fighting, Randy Orton, probably Hell in a Cell. I think that's already booked, actually. But that was a horrible, horrible, absolutely horrible match for WWE, for Jeff Hardy. And that's hard for me to say because I'm a Jeff Hardy fan and a Matt Hardy fan. I love the Hardys. I have since I was a teenager. But I think that there has to be a point in time when you need to face facts that you are hurt, you're injured, you're banged up, and you need to retire. And I think that both of them need to consider that at this point in time, because they both are injured and they cannot wrestle anymore. And that's a huge shame because I love the Hardys. I think that they belong in the Hall of Fame. I've said this for years now. I also think Edge and Christian belong in the Hall of Fame. They should be in there since the Dudleys are in there. Then we had, Raw last night, we had the segment with Triple H where he comes out and basically says, oh, I'm not wrestling The Undertaker. Then he takes it back and says, no, the last time ever I'm wrestling The Undertaker. We already knew that anyways because it was already booked. So that's not that big of a surprise, honestly. The segment between Ronda Rousey and Stephanie McMahon last night where Ronda throws her over and tries to break her arm again or whatever, probably setting up some type of a rivalry match or something, probably for the women's pay-per-view or Hell in a Cell, something. I thought that segment was pretty boring, honestly. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty boring. Let's go with that. Yeah, Raw was kind of average last night. I am glad that they're finally pushing Finn Balor, though. I think that that's a great thing that they're doing that finally. I like that Sasha and Bayley are a tag team that's actually working pretty well for the women's division. What else happened last night? Bobby Lashley destroyed Baron Corbin, which I thought was absolutely hilarious, and I was laughing. But you guys need to do something with Bobby Roode. Like, where is he? Like, why is he not on TV? What's going on here? So NXT call-ups are coming up as well soon. They've been talking about EC3, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, and I think one other female wrestler. And I believe that they're talking about Shayna Baszler. So that's where we are with wrestling right now. I just wanted to do this real fast and keep you guys posted on a few things. There is a lawsuit right now, Jeff Jarrett versus Impact Wrestling, for the trademark and rights to Global Force Wrestling, the name, the phone, the library, the videotape library, the merchandise, So there is a $1.5 million lawsuit filed by Jeff Jarrett as of last week. So you Impact Wrestling fans might not have the network going forward, because this might be a situation where it's going to take a while to get resolved in court, and if he wins, they're going to have to change the name of the network. They're going to have to take all their programming off of there and just put the Impact logo on it. They're not going to have any rights to anything Global Force Network or the Global Force Wrestling at all, honestly. So, yeah, we are at that point now where Jeff Jarrett is saying, no, that purchase did not go through. I own this. I filed a lawsuit for copyright infringement. So Global Force Network might not even exist as of next year. So heads up there. One other quick note, just for all you fans out there. The reason why Tamina Dashwood has not been competing is because she has a skin condition and it is causing her a lot of pain, and so she will not be wrestling at any of the indie shows for the rest of this year. And she will possibly be returning as soon as she gets this condition resolved. But as of right now, she is not wrestling any independent shows in the future. So this is the Drizzle Wrestling Show. I have been rambling on for a long time here. I just wanted to keep you guys posted on everything wrestling and all